Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Episode 16, Two Piece Pod. I am your host, Patrick Parker. This episode was brought to you by, Porterville Wholesale. If you're trying to get your home improved, like you trying to get that home improvement going on, my boy Ray, go check him out. I don't know why you haven't already, but my boy Ray is going to take care of you. Go tell him Two Piece sent you. He's got all these liquidated items that are over there waiting for you to just come over there and buy for low prices. Okay. And it's all like hand tools, paint sprayers, compressors, hand saws, nail guns, like patio sets, fans, lighting, all the stuff you need to get your stuff, like your house ready. He's got lawn equipment, he's got it all. Just go look it up. You don't even have to leave your house. You could go check my Facebook. Go check my Facebook. You can find his page on there. It's on there. It's on my group page on Facebook. You can go check there. If you need it somewhere else, just ask me. And then you could also just go, if you live in Porterville, to 1902 West North Grand and go see him. Go see what you want. Okay. So what's up? My name's Pat. My name's Patrick. I'm here for you guys. What's happening today? We're gonna hit some news. Today we're gonna get that Elon Musk going on. We also got Dave Chappelle. I got a lot from Associated Press going through California and what's kind of going on there. People leaving, people going to cryptocurrency. Then we'll hit that local stuff. Taft is trying to take a step up. Ronald McDonald has come back. Also got that orchestra that's around, okay? Then I want to hit you up with some of that local sports. We got our pro teams out here. Condors looking good. UFC is coming up this Saturday. Then maybe get some MMA going on here in town. I'm about to possibly get that set up this week, which would be super nice. It been busy. I've been taking a little bit of a step to kind of hang out with my son a little bit more this week too. It was a little bit, I said that a lot, but it was a struggle for a second. But I'm glad to be here with you guys. So let's jump right into some of this news. As you guys know, I'm very much of an Elon Musk supporter. I like the things he does. Don't get me wrong, not everything, but a lot of his ideals I'm very much in tune with, and I like. So him buying Twitter was, a positive for me. So I know that he's got some plans for it. He wants to, incorporate, make it a better place, make it more free speech, and make it to where he eliminates spam while opening up the free speech to the extent of the law in each country. So if you think about that, like if your country's like, oh no, you can't say this kind of words or these kind of words, and this is considered terrorism or something like that, like you can't say those things, which is understandable. Think about that. That's just dumb, and trust me, there are people out there that test those boundaries, and that's the reason it's like this. That's the reason you've got to put it like this. It doesn't come down to this unless you make it come down to this. You know what I mean? So people have done stuff like this before in order to cause something like this to happen, is why it's like that. So, but he wants to eliminate the spam. That's huge. Tell me how many of you guys are like, dude, I've got spam accounts that are hitting me up left and right. Like, yeah, they do all the time. It's like, okay. Again, I get it. It's some ways of people making their own living, doing their own thing. But if we could, let's get rid of it. I think that'd be nice. So I think he's going to do a good job. He wants to put these AI checks in. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. That kind of technology, in a sense, low key, just it puts me on edge. You know what I mean? Because I don't necessarily know 100% about it. And as far as I know, something that doesn't necessarily have a human conscience to understand right from wrong and only has one single solitary way of thinking and has to perfect that is going to maybe take it too far. And I read this from something one time and it made a ton of sense to me. I don't remember exactly where it's from, but somebody said this, and they said that I don't think that AI is faulty. I just think that we program them to be perfect, which causes them to, you're going to hear my ice machine right now, but it causes them to over perfect what it is their task is, in a sense. I know I'm making that longer than it is because she said it so simply. I think it was a girl that said it or a woman that said it, but they said it so simply, but I made it long. But that's the case, you know what I mean? Like, you're basically like, they're doing their job too well is what it was. It's like, or do we program them and they do their job too well? Is it bad programming, or do they do their job too well? That's something like of what it was. And it's like, I agree with that. I think they do their job too well. They get to the point where it's like, you're doing your job so well that you're overdoing your job. You know what I mean? And it kind of like sometimes it reminds me of my boy James at work. He works his ass off. But sometimes he works his ass off so fast and so much at one point that you're just like, James, slow down for a sec. Because you can see him and he just keeps going and going and going and going. It's like you just, and you just want him to calm down for a sec. Because after something like that, you just like, you get real frustrated and you crash. You're like, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? So I don't like seeing that. So, but AI is supposed to check for people who are going against this algorithm that they're going to put in, I know a lot of people were losing their accounts. They were getting suspended and permanently deleted. For instance, Donald Trump. Do we think Donald Trump's going to come back? I don't know. It would go, I do and don't want to put it like this, but it would go against kind of like his free speech thing. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to bring him back? And if not, like, is it really free speech? Like, I get the fact that a lot of these people that are been deleted too are supposedly conservatives, but at the same time, it's like, are you going to bring them all back? Some of the stuff that they said is out of line or outlandish, you know what I mean? And is it worth bringing them back, or are you going to, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like you're going against your word if you don't bring these people back. I guess I'd have to read more into what they have specifically said, because I feel like if it's something too over the top or too like offensive, like if it is some type of like super hate speech, or you got some type of super racist, like I something like that, yeah, ban them. Fuck, I don't fucking care about it. Excuse my language, but screw them. Like, get out of here, dude. We don't need you around here. That's not what this is about. But I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I just feel like you'd have to bring everybody back, including the Democrats. You got to bring it all day. I know he was like, it was trying to balance it out, but that's what he's trying to do, is make it a neutral political site for people to come to and be able to speak their opinion without feeling like it's going to be so profoundly judged by one side only. Like, he wants you to feel like everything is equal, and just as much as this person has the backing, this person has the backing, and that person has the backing, and that person, so that's what he wants. And I understand completely of where he's trying to go, because that's how I see it. Like, that's why I'm registered as no party whatsoever. You know what I mean? Again, like I say, keep it real. I just did that. I used to be independent, but I don't even think I get all these crazy ballots. I think I get the main ballot right at the end, or something like that happens. Correct me if I'm wrong, but then I'm done. And that's all I'm okay with, because I just want to pay attention to, I get you can vote for the preliminary rounds and stuff and get people into the final doing their thing, but it's like, just let me vote for the end, okay? Like, let me vote for the big stuff. That's all I need to vote for. I do and I don't want to, like, it's very hard for me to make a choice on whether or not, something like, for instance, like death row should be in place. Because at the same time that I do feel like people should die for some of their actions, I also feel like they should suffer in some type of hole forever. You see what I'm saying? So that's I know that sounds bad, but it's like, say somebody killed your family. You know what I mean? Would you like them to just die real quick? And who knows? I mean, what if supposedly they repent right before they die, or, do their thing? And for a lot of you believers out there, you know what I'm talking about. Like, what if that happens, and then now supposedly they can go to heaven, and you're just like, and it leaves you stuck on earth feeling like that. And yes, I understand, maybe don't feel so mad, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a very iffy situation with that. So AI is going to be checking for this stuff again. Don't lose your account. Just don't be dumb on Twitter. That's it. And then also, you know how you get a bunch of ads sometimes on Twitter? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't dive too hard into Twitter. I see ads every once in a while, but who really cares? It's on fucking Twitter. You're reading stuff. Excuse my language. I'm very into that mood tonight. I'm tired. Sorry, guys. But I guess he's trying to buy, or not trying to buy, but he's trying to sell subscriptions that can be ad-free models for Twitter, And yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good idea. You're going to get some people that want it. I guess it depends on how much is the ads going to increase if you don't buy, Because like I said, I don't notice the ads too bad on Twitter. I'll see them every once in a while. I'm not the biggest Twitter buff because I don't have anybody hitting me up on Twitter. I read a lot of the stuff. Most of the time I'm reading or liking something. And it's a lot of NFL stuff and stuff like that, So, moving to the next, though. Tuesday night at the Hollywood Bowl, Dave Chappelle was tackled and supposedly assaulted. Like, this is crazy. This all comes from Associated Press, by the way, guys. Like, that's who I go to for most of my resources, especially outside of Bakersfield or Kern County. So they're very good about what they got down. But Tuesday night at the Hollywood Bowl, Dave Chappelle was tackled and assaulted. The man who attacked Dave supposedly had this makeshift gun that was like a real handgun with a concealed blade. I guess it was just like a normal, pocket knife, but it's still like what the heck? And nobody knows why he did it. I guess they found the guy, arrested him, took him in for his injury, whatever it was. Anyway, hasn't told him why or what was the deal with that. So, I mean, who knows? And I'm just glad. I guess Chris Rock was there and said, "Oh man, I thought that was Will Smith," which, of course, why wouldn't he? That was actually a pretty funny joke. I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard it, I was like, "Dang." So, but he deserves it, I mean, he did that, but I guess at the same time, that's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. You know what I mean? So, Sacramento's Associated Press, though, was talking about how people are leaving California faster than they're coming in. There's a lot of reasons behind why they think it's all happening the way it is, which are totally understandable. Do you think it's better that people are leaving faster than they're coming in? I mean, right now, California's expensive. That's a big reason right there, is just the fact that California is expensive. It's costing too much. People can't afford to live the life, like of a normal person necessarily. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I read right, prices of houses have doubled for a common home. So prices have doubled. Okay. It's insane. I think it was somewhere up in the 800,000s I saw. Can you afford $800,000 home right now? I'm not going for an $800,000 home right now. I'm sorry. But the reasons behind the mystery of why the population has been shrinking, not big mysteries, but it's a pandemic. And I hate to say it like this because, sorry to all the people that this happened to, but a lot of people were dying faster than they could, they could have babies around and stuff like that. So it was usually during a normal year, it kind of, if it doesn't even itself out, people have more kids than they do, deaths. And they also say, like, right now, a lot of the baby boomers are on the way to the end. And I hate to say that too. Like, I hate to say anybody's at their end because you never know. You know what I mean? And anybody could be at their end. But the pandemic killed off a lot of people faster than they were having babies. I mean, think about that. So that's a huge thing. Plus, borders were shutting down. So immigration went from like 400,000 down like 300,000 or something like that. It was like insane. And that's sad. You know what I mean? Like, think of all these people that were coming through, and now, you're not even cutting that down to half people coming through. You're just cutting that down like, here's basically nobody coming through, like a fourth. That's insane, So Associated Press also hit us with some facts about cryptocurrency going through California. Californians are trying to upgrade. About 16% of adults have in some way been using cryptocurrency, and now in California is trying to make a leap to further their advancement and understanding of cryptocurrency. Like they're trying to get the technology right to basically set up a plan that has guidelines for people. And this is coming from Governor Newsom. He did this based on what Joe Biden had put already into motion. I forget when it exactly was, but he put it into motion. And so basically what he's trying to do is get everybody to, I guess instead of use bills and banks, I could see getting away and using just cryptocurrency. But that makes it sketchy. I don't know about you guys, but I get real sketched out when everything is online. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier about AI, I mean, that for one thing is already kind of low key in the internets and all that stuff. You got to think about it. Like when you pull up your internet, it's not like you don't see stuff that you've been already kind of looking up, So think about that for a second. I don't know. And I don't know enough about cryptocurrency. Like, yeah, I just talked to one of my friends who said he put into this startup business. He's like, oh yeah, I put into this startup business. And then all of a sudden everybody stole everybody's money. And I'm like, whoa, what do you mean everybody stole your money? He's like, yeah, so you kind of have the risk because it's just a risk. There's no real protection plan for it, which Governor Newsom was trying to set up as well. But there's no real protection plan for what happens if I put in on this. It's kind of like a stock, and I get that. But then it's like putting it on a stock and being like, hey, I want to put in, $200 on that stock. And then them being like, shit, now your $200 gone, my boy, and you don't get it back. Like, and it's not on the stock. If like it was on the stock, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I got $200 in stocks right now, whatever. But you see what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm going with this. It's like, so he's trying to set up a protection plan and some guidelines to maintain balance for the state. You know what I mean? And this is only going on in California right now. A couple other states have tried it. I don't think it was very successful. They tried to make it to where you could buy government goods and all that kind of stuff, like government services with cryptocurrency. And it's just like people just didn't really use it, which is understandable. Like people don't want to use it. It's not the very big thing right now. So now we're going to jump into something local here, and I'm going to butcher these, I promise you, but Mithili Gabi and Anthony Wright from 23 ABC reported that Taft is trying to clean up. They're trying to clean up the town and trying to get keep residents. They're losing a lot of people right now. Like I said, California's losing a lot of people. People are moving out, but Taft is losing people too. I mean, I don't know about you, because most of you guys that live or listening to this or live in Bakersfield or somewhere near Kern County as well, maybe Delano or Wasco, whatever it is. But Taft was always kind of thought of as like, a bunch of whole like rednecks and stuff out there. And, and I'm not trying to say that in a mean way, but it was just kind of thought about like that, and so them cleaning the place up sounds good because I used to go out there quite a bit. I got family out there, you know what I mean? And shout out to my family out there, but it's hard to sit here and think that way when you see all these rundown houses or rundown buildings out there, and it's like, all you gotta do is fix that up just a little bit. It's not very hard, and you can have some great things going on out there. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea, so them fixing stuff up. I guess they plan on cleaning parks, making spots for people to hang out in the parks, like giving them maybe some gazebo area or something, that'd be cool. Putting benches in the parks and on corners, people get a chance to sit down. Cleaning alleyways is huge. Alleyways, when they look all nasty and people are just throwing stuff back there, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to be back there. There's probably glass for one, so I don't want to drive back there, Like, I just don't want to take the risk. Or there's freaking screws and nails and stuff like that. And it's just like, And if I'm walking, I'm probably not going to be walking down no dang alley anyway. I don't need to be walking down an alley at night. I wouldn't be doing that anyway. Like, I just don't want to. just be dumb. But it'd be cool. You know what I mean? They also want to put businesses that are, close to living areas. Like, and I'm not just talking about some like random business, like, an accountant office. No, I'm talking like, mini marts or markets and stuff like that. Basically like they do around here in Bakersfield. Like, think about it. I could walk down to a Vons. I could walk to a Winco. I could walk to, if I really wanted to, I could walk to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, whatever it is. But, I mean, that'd be a little bit more of a walk. But I could walk there. Right now, I could walk to go get food. I could go across the street and get some food if I want. I could, again, walk to Vons to go make myself some food. So, putting stuff like that around makes it feel good, and it makes you feel like you're in your own little community again. Just like, Bakersfield has built its big community. So, I'm happy for them. I'd like to see that happen. Maybe we can go out there, find out how they're doing, see what's going on. Again, that's something that takes time, though. You got to think about it. It's not going to happen overnight, nor is it going to happen in maybe a year. It could take 2-3 years. So we'll find out. Veronica Morley, I think that's how you say that one as well, but over at 23 ABC, reports that Ronald McDonald House will be doing their paper shoe drive again this year and are trying to raise approximately $250,000 by June 4th. And so far are around $70,000. Like, this is amazing. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Ronald McDonald houses in town, but what they do, basically, from my understanding, is they bring families in with, like, for instance, kids that have real bad, health problems or some life-threatening problems. You know what I mean? Where it's a lot of paying for bills and having to get the right doctors in order to do things for you that they can. And these people come from all over the place. I'm talking like all over the place, and live in houses that Ronald McDonald provides for them and helps them out with to live for months, years, whatever it is. And they do this thing every year and all the time. They help about 500 kids a year, and it's approximately like $400,000. So they're not even trying to raise the full amount. Like, they put it all in most of them. And that's what's cool about it, is like, think about that. Like, they're not really coming up off of this. They're just like, hey, we're just going to throw it in there with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. So congrats to that. I hope they do good. I've helped out the Ronald McDonald House a couple times. Go help them out. Very humbling. You understand, like, hey, stuff's going on. Saturday is the Bakersfield Orchestra's last show for the season. I haven't gone out and seen them this season. I probably should if Saturday's the last episode, but I probably won't make it out there. I think it's at 6 p.m. I might, I think I have someone coming over to do a guest speaking for you guys, so we'll see. That could be, I think that's my guest speaker for Monday. So we'll see about that. My guest speaker Monday is going to be my man Richard Van Horn. He is going to be out there. You guys heard Phil this last Monday. Even if you haven't, go check him out. My boy Phil's got some stories. I mean, he's done some things. So go check him out. Go listen to what he's got to say. And then you got Richard Van Horn coming up. He's an engineer over at Amazon at BFL1. You know what I mean? Out here in Bakersfield. This is stuff going around your hometown. Like, go check it out. You know what I mean? Like, go check it out. See what's going on. So, Bakersfield Orchestra, Saturday. Now I'm going to hit you with a little bit of these local sports. Condors won their first playoff game. Hell yeah, let's go Condors. You know what I mean? Hey, took the lead in the series now 1-0 after taking a 2-1 win in overtime. The young boy, James Hamlin, scored the winning goal. Now, I don't know necessarily if it was all a big team effort, which obviously it is, because in order to play that game, you had to have a team. So, congrats, guys. Keep it up. Let's get the next one now. Finish this series strong, one game at a time, and then let's move forward from there. I didn't get much of the MMA going on this week. Like I said, it's been a very enthusiastic week already to begin. A lot of stuff's been going on, and I've been enjoying my son. He's learning a lot and doing a lot right now, so I'm enjoying him a little bit. But I might be getting some guest speakers hopefully going on. I'm trying to do something like get some MMA guest speakers on here that are going out to fights. Let's go check them out, root them on as well. Like I said, it'd be cool. We're going to get that going. I don't necessarily know 100% exactly when it's going to start up, but I'm trying to get it going as soon as possible for you guys. once I can, I feel like it's going to blow up a little bit because there's lots of good stuff going on out here. You know what I mean? So just also this Saturday, UFC 274. No super big names, you know what I mean? But it's going to be some good fights. Go check them out. The early prelims start at 2:30 p.m. with the main event starting at 7 p.m. Probably go to about like 9, 10, maybe somewhere around there. But who knows? You know, it depends on how fast all the fights are. So go check them out. Hey, you guys have been great to me. Listening in on these podcasts, you know, checking me out. I'm excited for you guys and I'm excited for me. We're going to get this thing going. Let's go Bakersfield. Let's go Kern County. Let's go everywhere around here. And let's just go everywhere. Everyone needs to win. Let's do it, guys. Remember, find me Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Check it out. You can also just go look up 2pspod.com. I got the website. It's just twopspod.com. Don't space anything out. Just go search it up. Again, this episode is brought to you by Porterville Wholesale. If you're trying to get ready for the summer, go check my boy Ray out. He's got everything. You can get the backyard ready. I know you got a barbecue. You know what I mean? I know you're going to barbecue this summer. Friends are going to come over. They want to see the backyard. They don't want to see something all nasty looking. Go get that lawn equipment. Go take out them weeds. They might be dead because we're not going to have any water because of the drought this year, but it's okay. Then you can go find something to fix that up. Then you can sit here and fix the patio setup, get some hand tools to fix that up from him as well. So go check him out. He's got all the nice, good stuff. DeWalt, Bosch, Craftsman, whatever it is you want. Just go say what's up. My boy Ray will take care of you. Tell him 2P sent you. 1902 West North Grand in Porterville, California. Or just go to my Facebook group or my Facebook profile if you don't want to get out of bed. That's what I usually do. So if you don't want to do that and you want to stay home and order it, just go order it. You can go on there and order it. He'll do it. He got you. You know what I mean? But hey, you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. You know, I'll see you guys soon.